Hey guys, I'm Trev. As I stated in my first video, I have a passion for Harleys and I'm here to show you that you too can transform any bike into a bike of your dreams on a realistic budget. This is part 2 of my 2014 Roadking Transformation project. During this segment, I will go into more depth on the parts and what I did to complete this transformation. Once again, this is something you too can do for yourself on a budget.
Since I was recamming my motorcycle, I wanted a really reliable bike with better parts so that once I completed this job, I would not be touching my work for several years other than adjustments from many great years of riding. Here you can see I'm installing a Baker compensator and about to put in a Recluse clutch. I did not have to touch the primary chain adjuster as the later year models are much better and from what I learned one of the toughest out there as they rarely have issues or break. I was doing a mild upgrade so this would suffice for myself. The only thing to be aware with removing your comp and clutch is to be aware of any reverse thread and nuts or bolts. The motor, all the changes I made. For myself, keeping the motor as stock as possible keeps your reliability. Here you can see I've cut out the push rods and have started laying out the parts. Just make sure your push rods are cut when at top dead center. I find being organized and having a clean work site makes the job much easier. There are certain tools you need, but it's nothing too crazy. Here you can see my stock cam plate, so my cams are about to be changed out. I decided on upgrading my cam plate and oil pump, but this is not necessary. I have now taken out the cams and oil pump and laid everything out. I added a few touches for looks on the pushrod tube covers for my own satisfaction, and small touches such as these are minimal cost. You can see I have the stock cam plate besides the new cam plate and oil pump. I also changed the stock air cleaner for the well-renowned S&S air cleaner and cover, which you see later on the bike. Small changes in look give your bike a whole other appearance. Here as well, I have all my gaskets for this job set aside. Here is my new cam plate installed with cams and pump. My runout on my bike was only 2 thou. Make sure you don't install an aftermarket cam plate if your runout is excessive. A few extra motor mods. Twin cams can be notorious for not breathing properly. One upgrade I've always wanted to improve was the rocker box breathers. Here I'm replacing the stock breathers and you can clearly see the difference and improved quality in my aftermarket ones. The stock breathers are okay, but while I was into improving everything on my bike and had time, I went ahead and changed them. It is not a crazy job, but you will need to remove your tank for such a job. One last thing I would recommend while you have your rocker box covers off and install rocker box breathers is to install throttle lockers. It is very inexpensive and at this point easy to install. It really quiets down your top end. How to ensure your bike runs clean. Another great inexpensive upgrade is to install a catch can. Harley has oil that goes back into the engine when there's excessive pressure buildup. There's normally not a lot of oil, but having a teaspoon of oil on a good ride going into a catch can instead of back into your motor will prolong your engine's life and will keep everything much cleaner. You can see here how it's attached to the back of your air cleaner. I strongly recommend when performing oil changes to use a scavenger kit on twin cams only. This will also keep your oil very clean. My Ergonomics upgrade. Here you clearly see 3 things in my front end I upgraded and how the bike performs. My Kraus handlebar setup with high bend bars and wiring from Gorilla cables, installing a tack in line of sight. I always ride off my tack. Once together, this bike handles great. I have the beefy Geezer Glide Triple Trees which changed my trail from 6.7 to 5.7. It is so well built and yes, I would recommend this setup to anyone. You also see my front suspension which is adjustable. Small changes can make your life easy to perfect how your bike rides. Here is a close-up on how the tack looks lit up. I changed the lighting to blue, an inexpensive fix, but a better look. Also, you can see 2 holes that I drilled into my nacelle to easily adjust the front suspension. Well worth it. Stopping and keeping in line. Oversized rotors, in my opinion, is the best bang for the buck for stopping pedal. It is inexpensive compared to some caliper setups. If you get a good set of floating rotors, you can't go wrong. Another item I had to change was the rear axle adjuster. I can't stand the stock Harley one. Get a good one like in this pic. You won't regret it. If you want your bike to run as efficient as possible, do not forget the simple things like plug wires, spark plugs, and a fuel filter. I changed my fuel filter and I did notice a difference. So remember, your imagination, time, a little money, and hard work can transform your bike into the bike of your dreams. It's endless on what you can do. Start with a budget, a goal, and maybe someday I'll see you riding the roads. If you like this video, please subscribe as I plan on making many more in the future.